Hey guys, today we're going to talk about when to use BKK's NEMESIS EWG. It's a deep-bellied, kind of a deep-throated extra wide gap hook that's really good on specific soft plastic baits. So we're going to go through today when and why you should be using the NEMESIS from BKK. Stick around.
Two-time NPFL champ SaveMore Outdoors Pro from Sapulpa, Oklahoma. Put your hands together for the hookup, John Soka.
All right guys, the NEMESIS from BKK. It's an extra wide gap hook like the Chimera, but it's got a very deep belly or throat on it. What that is good for is anytime you're using a bait like a flippin' tube, or in this case, a Who Daddy from Jean LaRue. I also like the ringed craw from Rains. That's another good bait to choose a deep-throated hook like the BKK NEMESIS. Typically, if I'm using 5/8 of an ounce or less, I'm reaching for an EWG rather than a straight shank heavy cover flipping hook. But whenever I go to this EWG in a bait that has a lot of thickness to the plastic, I want a deep-throated EWG so that that plastic really gets out of the way when I set the hook on that fish. So let's take a look at this. We'll get it rigged up. And we're just going to Texas rig this Who Daddy like we would any other Texas rigged flipping bait or pitching bait. I'm going to bring it all the way through and kind of expose the point down into those rings. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to kind of take notice of here, I'm going to hold it like this so hopefully you can see really good, is when this bait compresses, a lot of these rings are going to kind of bind up and hit the shank of the hook down here. Now, if you use a standard EWG, this throat, this belly doesn't come down as low, and you may have a little bit of a hard time compressing that plastic when you set the hook on a fish. When he bites down on it, you may not be able to get all that plastic really clear of that hook point. But that's what the NEMESIS allows you to do. Use a nice thick ring style plastic or even a tube that maybe doesn't compress very well. Now you have an EWG that gets all of that bait out of the way so you can have a higher hookup ratio. So that's when you should be using the NEMESIS from BKK. Thanks for checking them out at SaveMore. Hopefully you guys catch a few more fish with this tip. See you guys on the water.